cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's time again, you cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to
What's
know
up, good
the real,
people,
you
and
just
welcome
gotta
to
listen.
the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minded Men, and welcome to Black Friday. Before we get into our topic for today, I need everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe. Click on the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast.
What's up,
and
people?
on IG and
welcome
Facebook
to another
at the
edition of
52
Black
Scott Podcast.
Friday. Today, topic is very interesting, especially with the new court hearing. It is crazy because I actually came up with this topic even before the hearing. I had already selected this topic a couple of weeks ago, but we're going to talk about affirmative action. There was a ruling that just came out that no longer the affirmative action rule is now revoked. So, with that being said, I'm going to read you the definition of affirmative action. It's in the context of the allocation of resources or employment, the practice or policy of favoring individuals belonging to a group regarded as disadvantaged or subject to discrimination. Layman's terms. If there's a Hispanic guy or a woman, a man, black, Indian, Asian, with the same qualifications applying for the same job, and there's not a certain amount of minorities or disadvantaged individuals at that job, they are no longer required to hire for that purpose. So this is going to affect not only jobs, but schools, I'm pretty sure, and many other places. So I just want to come to the table and say that, and I want to get the take on everybody. So I'm going to start with me. I'm actually, even though I'm pro-black, okay? But at the same time, I'm pro-people. Doesn't matter race, creed, color. If you do something and you just accomplish, it's good. At the same time, I know racism is out there too. So with that being said, I thought this was a good move. I thought a lot of other races, I feel, and like I said, I'm a realist, I feel that a lot of races are not able to speak to black people certain ways, especially in the workplace. They can't say certain things. I know certain things is obvious you can't say, but sometimes they can say stuff, and as blacks, we get offended very, 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 very easy. More than other races sometimes, most times really, and they get in trouble for it. So a lot of times I felt bad for a lot of races because I felt like they had to walk and talk on eggshells. But a lot of black people didn't realize it. As long as it was going their way, they didn't care. And I thought that was bad. It's like, that's bad for morale. It's like, I got to watch what I say, To me, that's bad because as blacks, you don't look at that. You look at, oh, I'm good, That's how you look at it. But you ain't looking at it from the other person's point of view. Like, man, what can I say around this dude?
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying, bro.
Right.
You say that you think that them ending affirmative action was a good move?
I think it was a great move.
And then you also said that you were pro-black or something like that?
I'm pro-black, yeah. I love for my black people to make accomplishment, but I'm pro-people. I'm more pro-people than I am pro-black, is what I should have said. I'm pro-people. I don't care about color. Color, I don't see color. Not now. Not anymore. I'll say that.
Knowing what all we had to go through,
Even
it
with
still
all,
doesn't matter.
It matters. No. I didn't say it didn't matter.
Well, that's why.
But it's something that's you know, if you believe in a higher power, you believe in God, that's who I have to turn to at this point, man. Because these people out here are just bad.
Yeah, they're doing what they want to do, man.
Yeah, it's nothing I can do to change. So all I can do is a better person, regardless of what color. Because I can't be mad at other race. How do I expect to make the heaven if I'm going up and it's time for me to get judged and I'm like, I gotta tell Jesus I didn't like Chinese people or black people or Hispanic people. What I look like? So I gotta love everybody. That's what I mean.
Look, they had it set up already because when you think about it, you have to hire a certain amount of black people at certain companies, male, female, da.
Right.
That's already a setup. What do you mean? So that means you're not finna let that many people in.
Right, exactly.
Basically. So they already don't want you in there.
We get to now, but here's the thing. Now we get to see how companies are moving.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it was a good move. Because, I mean, it's going to be bad. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be bad, but it's going to be good, but it's going to be bad.
But you know the people you work for, you already know how they are.
Yeah. Well,
pretty much.
Well, we going to find out.
Man,
Yeah.
to me,
And that's what I like.
It's
We gonna
almost like
find out.
a step backwards to me.
It is.
I can't really see the good. I see companies being able to show their hand, and after the, what was number 46? That was Trump. After he was in office, folks are easy and willing to show their hand and show their true colors nowadays. So to get rid of affirmative action, we were already struggling and having a hard time,
Getting in.
Right.
So this takes that little advantage that we had away,
That's
in my
gone now.
opinion.
Right.
Okay.
And we can be overqualified and have the credentials
And
more,
they won't hire you.
but they gonna still give the guy straight out of junior college that position. Where
You don't think we already have enough for real? Think
enough
about
what?
it. Enough of we have a
Hell
lot.
no.
We have a lot. We have a.
We,
Okay, so
we're old.
Let me say this.
As a culture, we're old.
I get that. As a culture, right? We're old. I like 40 acres and a mule and ponies and everything else.
A whole
right?
hell of a lot.
All right, but any other culture? Listen to the question I'm about to ask. Any other culture? Do they have a black entertainment television? Black owned, black girls rock. Do you ever see a white girls, Chinese girl rock shows? We're the only race that throw black on everything. That's gotta be. If I was another race, it's like, I'm black and it's getting on my nerves. So just imagine other races, what they gotta go through. No other race say Chinese, Asian. Yeah, there's no black show. There's no WETs, white entertainment television. Even though you got the CMT country music station, I know what you about to say, but that's country music, and they play black people on there. All I'm saying is we push the envelope, man. We are envelope pushing
Rightfully
mother
fucking
suckers.
so.
I've never met
And
an
we're-
actual Uncle Ruckus before. That sounds like an Uncle Ruckus speech right there.
I'm sorry, man, cause y'all.
So look,
Don't get me wrong, man. I love my black people, but man, I think we push it too far.
So
That's all I'm saying.
let's put this in perspective, man. So let's break this down. Let's break it down.
Okay.
Affirmative action, man. So here's the deal. You got to ask yourself, when did affirmative action take place? That's going to go back to President Lyndon Johnson, right?
Right.
1960. He was president from 1963 to 1969, right? Mm-hmm. Now, those years are important. 1963, 1969.
Yep.
Now, think about when civil rights were passed for blacks. 1964. 1964.
You're right.
Now,
You're right.
here's the deal. Now, Lyndon Baines Johnson, he initiated the affirmative action was initiated by his administration in order to improve opportunities for African Americans, while civil rights legislations was dismantling the legal basis of discrimination. Now, they put the affirmative action in place because they knew blacks were being treated unfairly. They were being discriminated against.
Right.
So these were white folk
They knew what they
putting this in place
Yeah.
because black folk were being discriminated against. Now, for the sake of today's show, we're discussing black and white.
Right.
But we still have to be honest and put everything all together
It's
when
like
it comes to affirmative action.
Right.
And the criteria for affirmative action is race, which we're discussing, disability, gender, ethnic origin, and age.
And age.
Now, let's go to the age part. Let's say you got a college student that gets out of college and they got an MBA. And they are 25 years old.
Okay.
They fresh out of college. Now you are 60, but you still got some work in you. You know the job and can do the job. You just don't have an MBA.
Gotcha.
Now you go up for this job, and and this company looks and see that, you know what? This guy is 60 years old. He's probably going to be retiring in the next 5 years.
Right.
Well, this college student is 25 years old. Now, at the end of the day, you are proven in the workforce because of all of your job history.
Right.
You're proven in the workforce. This college student is just getting out of college. We don't even know if he or she is going to be punctual.
Right.
But you are. But you know that you're proven. You can do the job. But without affirmative action, to where it's like, okay, well, let's give this guy, he's 60 years old, a shot.
Give 'em a shot.
Right.
They gonna go with the college student. Now, technically, they're discriminating
They are.
against you,
They are. But
but it can't be proven.
right.
It can't be proven that they're discriminating
So
against you.
so the college student, say if the job was finance, right? And they got a degree in finance.
It doesn't matter. We don't have to put a job title to it. Both of y'all can do the job.
Okay. So the point of okay.
Both of y'all can do the job.
But you said a college student, so that
Yeah.
changed the whole mindset.
Both-
Now, if it was a person off the street, totally different. But you said college student. So if I had a business and it was finance, and there was a 25-year-old,
Okay, let's say
has a
that
finance degree.
there's no college student. Let's say the job is mopping floors.
no college.
The job is mopping floors, man. The job is mopping floors. And your mama taught you how to mop floors.
Yeah.
And your daddy taught you how. The job is mopping floors. But you 60. And that person is 25. The job ain't even mopping floors. The job is picking up a piece of paper off the ground.
So first of all, since it's mopping floors, I know
The job is putting up.
no 25-year-old gonna want that job. So I'm gonna pick the 60 because I know he gonna stick around for that job. I mean, logically. So not reverse it. Say it's finance. It's a job that matters. It's gonna be around.
Let's
'cause it
not
all
put no
depends.
title to the job. This is about the age.
It-
Both of y'all can do the job.
As a business owner, it depends on what I'm doing. If it's mopping floors, I'm going with the 60-year-old because ain't no 25-year-old might do that for 2 weeks and leave.
You
That's-
assuming, right?
Yes, a 25-year-old. There's no 25-year-old gonna make a career out of mopping for 40 years. No 25-year that I would know. That doesn't. that's not.
So
I understand the logic.
Yeah,
and
but
how
now, so if you
looking
put
at it.
finance in it, and that's what I'm saying, I would go with the logical choice, right? Okay, so if it was somebody that finance come in no degree, and then it was a 60-year-old with experience against no degree, I'm going with the 60-year-old.
okay, let's take that, right?
Right.
Let's take the finance, right?
Right.
It all depends on who's doing the hiring. Let me elaborate.
Okay.
I may look at that 60-year-old and say, you know what? That 60-year-old gonna show up to work and gonna be punctual and gonna be on time.
Exactly.
I know when I was 25 years old, I was still lollygagging and half-ass doing stuff. But
Right.
this 60-year-old man or woman may come in and get the job done. So I'm the hirer now. I'm doing the hiring. Mm-hmm. So when you sit back and you say that, okay, I know that this here guy ain't going to be here longer and I'm going to hire this younger guy, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, if you don't have affirmative action in place, then what probably happened, and you can't prove it.
Yeah.
You can't prove it. But what probably would happen is that
They'll go with the
a
younger.
lot of disability, a lot of disabled
Disabled
people,
people won't get
jobs.
hired. Yep.
A lot of
Military, possibly.
disabled people, senior citizens.
Yeah.
None of those people will get hired, man.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
in jeopardy.
You're right. You're right about
Those
that.
people
That's why I
need those
say it could
jobs.
be good, it could be bad, and then it could be good again. Cause it's gonna be a bad to it. I'm not saying it's no. I just, as far as companies are concerned, I want to see how you move so I can know if I want to mess with you still or not. If I want to even deal with you. Because if I see, okay, now you got all of certain races, a group of people, and that's all you hire, it's gonna make me think like, well, that's what you, and at first you had black people or Asian or whatever, and now you just got all certain group of people. It's gonna make me think, okay, this was what you wanted to do at first, but you couldn't do it because a rule is set in place. I will start thinking differently.
So what would be the good coming out of it?
The good,
In your opinion, yeah.
is I get to see how these companies move, how you really want to operate. This affirmative action is gonna loosen up the belt for them to do hire how they want to. I get to see how you really operate.
So look at it this way.
You get what I'm saying?
Look at it this way. You get a chance to see how they really operate, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes the obvious is there, and you can't ignore the obvious. In some cases, right? Let me give you an example. What if you know that there's a company, and all they do is hire white folk, and there's no affirmative action in place? Your black ass ain't gonna have no job.
Right. Exactly.
Now check it out. It's totally different. It's now you got a chance to see how they operate,
I can see.
and they're within their legal rights.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
within their legal rights.
Right.
Now your black ass is out of a job. Your black ass is out of a job. Versus if affirmative action was in place, you already know how they move before they even. You know how these. You know where you live at.
If
You know how
had
they
to
move.
put
Now,
affirmative action
because
in
affirmative action is in place,
Right.
you got a job and some more people that look like you got jobs there, but y'all still know how these people move.
So here's the thing. If that's how you was in the beginning, right? And this how you are, I get to see your true ass now. Oh, okay, I gotta go.
Why do
Let
you-
me go.
why
I
do
don't
you
want to
need-
be nowhere
why do you
I'm
need-
not wanted.
why do you
So
need-
now, if you're gonna do that, let me go.
Why
I'm
do you
fine with
need
it.
to see the true ass when you know what this country was built upon?
Right.
You know your mindset. You know what's going on.
I get it. I get
Why
that.
do you need to see the true ass? People hide so much. You already know what time it is. So when you know what this country is built upon, you already know how to move in this country as a black man. You know how to move.
I get that. But at the same time, I really, because trust me, when the floodgates open, they're going to be happy and they're going to do what they need to do to shift out the people that they want. And it's not just pertaining to blacks, it's just minorities or people disadvantaged, disabled, old. They're going to push them out, whoever they want now, especially with this rule gone. So my thing is I know you're saying, but there's companies, man, you thinking I'm the crap over, I'm the man over here. And they be like, let me holler at you real quick.
so you get an opportunity to see how they move, right?
Right.
You get an opportunity to see how they move. Once you see how they move, and they don't hire you or they let you go and you out of a job, right? My question is what do you do next?
Can't do nothing.
No, you still got to work. You still got to earn a living.
You still gotta work. Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do?
I gotta go look for another job.
Okay, they ain't gonna hire you because you black and you know how they move. Now what you gonna do?
I start a small time dope. Let me stop.
They ain't gonna front you no dope because you black and you know how you move. Then what you gonna
Ain't
do?
no witness to this homicide. Let me stop.
The rap lyrics.
Let me stop. No, I ain't gonna do none of that, man. I'm about to go cut some grass or something because so
They gonna hire a Mexican to cut the grass.
Shit, life gonna get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you gonna do if affirmative action ain't in place for you?
I done already stole 2 squeegees. I done already prepared. I just stole 2 squeegees about 4 years.
But like I said,
right before COVID, during COVID, I got me 2 squeegees in the back. I'm ready. Let me
them
stop.
approving it was a setup right then.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
If you have to approve something like that, then what's our purpose to you?
Man,
Because you don't want us in the workforce. You know, you don't want us making the type of money that we can be making.
man, I tell you what,
Sad.
It's sad, yeah. And I tell you, it's one of them things where people going one way and the world going another one. So let me end this topic today with some good black facts I can't take back. Now I'm good. I'm a Black history buff. Like I love Black history, but this one I did not know about, y'all. And the crazy part about it is, this man did this a year before I was born. So let's meet Mr. Henry T. Sampson, and the reason why I chose him, because as you know, on this, if you follow us, we all went to Jack Yates Senior High, all graduated from Jack Yates Senior High, and it's on a street called Sampson. So it just caught my eye. But Henry T. Sampson was the man who created the first cell phone back in 1971. I didn't know cell phones were out. I know we had them garage door openers. You remember those back then? the big old garage door cell phones we used to have. But yeah, so shout out to Mr. Henry T. Sampson. And that's our show for today. This concludes our show for Black Friday. And if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast. Also on Facebook and Instagram at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't done so on YouTube. Make sure you tune in next week, Monday, for Music Mondays.